Before we get started, make sure to turn on post notification and subscribe to the channel. 10 WWE departures that will surprise us in 2019. Number 10. John Cena. At one point in time, it seemed like John Cena would never leave WWE, but at this point, he's quickly going down the same road that The Rock did, and it's clear that his days in WWE are numbered as a performer. As he continues to grow as a personality in the movie industry, Cena is going to become a bigger name, and therefore will no longer have the time to commit to WWE. And given how Cena complained about The Rock, you would expect that he'll make a statement about the situation. Sure, he'll very likely still pop up and make random appearances for the company, but his schedule is going to be more of a Rock than what he's currently doing now, and therefore 2019 could be the year Cena departs the company. Number 9. Shinsuke Nakamura. Things haven't gone to plan for the King of Strong Style on the main roster of WWE, with his character failing to get over in the same way it once did with NXT, and the dream feud between him and AJ Styles flopping. He has quickly fallen down the card. Even a heel turn and a spell as a very forgettable United States champion hasn't helped the situation for Nakamura, and talk has already begun in regards to his future with the company, as rumors of a return to Japan turn from whispers to screams. Nakamura has even admitted himself in interviews that he doesn't know what the future holds for him with WWE, and stated it could boil down to the money, and considering how big he was in Japan, a big money offer may tempt him away. Number 8. Paige. WWE was put in a tough spot when it was revealed that Paige was no longer able to wrestle, but so far, everything has fallen into place, and the anti-diva has done a fantastic job on SmackDown Live as the general manager. Paige has brought a fresh twist to the role, and she's gaining all the praise she deserves for it. But as we all know, the GM role is never a long-term deal, with WWE often changing it in order to keep the product fresh. 2019 could see WWE want to make the change, and with Paige no longer being able to compete, it might see the former champion depart from the company as an on-screen character, focusing on her clothing range instead. Number 7. Ronda Rousey. You might be thinking that Ronda Rousey has only just joined the company, and while that is true, the former UFC star never stated how long she committed to WWE, and it's very possible that her current deal will expire around WrestleMania. While she may re-sign until SummerSlam, and hopefully longer, there's a good chance that Rousey will decide to walk away and do other things with the career in acting currently being put on hold while she works for WWE. On top of that, Rousey has experience and interest in becoming a mother, which is another major factor in her life that could see the baddest woman on the planet make a decision to leave WWE. Number 6. Bobby Lashley. There was a lot of hype around Bobby Lashley when he returned to the company after WrestleMania 34. He had proven himself to be a top athlete in TNA, and a possible dream match with Brock Lesnar seemed to be on the cards. However, things haven't worked out for him, and unlike his previous WWE run, where he was pushed as a major main event talent, this time, Lashley simply stuck in the mid-card with very little purpose. Considering the amount of travel he has to do with WWE to just be in the mid-card, a possible departure and a return to Impact, which would provide a lighter travel schedule and a main event run, might be in his future. Number 5. The Bar. This one might come as a surprise to many people, but The Bar could very well be set to leave WWE in 2019, despite the fact they are one of the top tag teams in the entire company right now. Out of the two, Sheamus is the most likely, with the Celtic Warrior known to have some underlying neck issues, which at the age of 40 might become more serious as time goes on, and could see him call time on his own career. Should that happen, history would show that WWE doesn't know what to do with Cesaro as a singles wrestler, and this could very well lead to the Swiss Superman walking away to bet on himself on the indies again. Number 4. Jonathan Coachman. The writing seems to be on the wall for Jonathan Coachman, who has simply struggled to fit in since returning to the company after proving himself away from WWE with his work with ESPN. The coach was brought back to become a regular announcer once again on Monday Night Raw, and while he brought a fresh approach, he didn't click well with Corey Graves or Michael Cole, and WWE has since replaced him with Renee Young. With Coachman now being relegated to simply hosting the pre-show, it seems likely that in 2019, he will pack it in completely, admitting that he didn't quite work and returning to a similar role that he had before. Number 3. Brock Lesnar. The chances of Brock Lesnar being part in WWE in 2019 are incredibly slim. The fact he has wrestled again after WrestleMania 34 was a big enough shock, but the Beast is a clever businessman and doesn't turn down a big payday. However, 2019 is going to see Lesnar return to the Octagon as his UFC career kickstarts once again. And with Lesnar putting all the focus on MMA, it is incredibly unlikely that he will risk any possible injury by having a wrestling match. He may pop up for one final match at WrestleMania 35, but outside of that, it is going to be a major shock to see Lesnar in the company, and wrestling fans wanting to see Brock will have to tune into UFC. Number 2. No Way Jose. No Way Jose was an incredibly popular star in NXT, and even though his gimmick was limited in the same way that Adam Rose was, he certainly had enough talent in the ring and charisma to make himself a star. It was quite a surprise to fans when he was brought up to the main roster, and it only took a few months for the gimmick to become stale in front of a larger audience. But that doesn't mean No Way Jose does not have more to offer. However, WWE does often like to do some spring cleaning every year, releasing names that are no longer being used on a regular basis, and unfortunately, 2019's release list could very well include No Way Jose. Number 1. The Bludgeon Brothers. Sometimes, injuries can play huge impacts on people's careers, and sadly for both Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, they might suffer from that, with both men having been very injury prone in recent years. It seems that as soon as they start picking up some momentum as a team, injuries come in and slow down all the progress that was made, which over time is only set to frustrate management. And with more talent than ever knocking on the door from NXT, both men could end up departing to make space. The fact that neither man has truly been able to get over as singles performers doesn't help the matter either, as when one is injured, WWE tends to pull the other from TV, meaning they are paying another wage for no reason, something that could factor into their future further.